Shalom, Akim. We're going to start off by giving our honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kadosh, that will underscore our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wonders to the house of David, the elect. All right, we got Hebrew Israelites, man. All right, specifically the GMS camp are out here to prophesy once again, all right, the downfall of America and to wake up the elect of our people. All right, started with the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, bro. All right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I get the 2 Corinthians 5:17. You know, because as we become awakened to who we are, there's a standard, you know, that comes with being an Israelite, man. All right? Because a lot of our people that know they're Israelites, they just, you know, pretty much playing dress up. You know, like it's a costume thing, like it's an outward thing. Nah, it's an inward thing, man. You know, changing who we are, changing how we think, changing our perspective, man. All right? There's a lot of Israelites that still move off Western cultural values, man. Okay? Go ahead.
2 Corinthians 5:17.
Yep.
Therefore, if any man be in Hamashiach, he is a new creature.
Yep.
Old things are passed away. Behold, all things have become new.
Yeah, and this is what causes a lot of people to be ashamed of the gospel, you know, because they still view things from a Western culture. They still value Western culture, tradition over the traditions of the East, man. All right, that's where we come. All right, we come from the East, man. We're not from here. This is not our home. That's why this is not our rest. He does it on Galatians 4, verse 26. Okay? We're not from here, man. We was captives. Okay? We're captives in a foreign, strange country, man. Go ahead.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 26.
Yep.
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Yeah, Jerusalem, which is above, is free, is the mother of us all. Because that's the land that nurtured us, man. Okay? What's Jerusalem? That's the motherland. A mother does what? It nurtures you. It supplies you with what? Resources. You know, that's why a woman, you know, when she gives birth, what does she have? She has milk. Okay? That nourishment. You see? The land nourished us as a people. You see, and we was nourished in Jerusalem, man. That's our homeland. That's our motherland. All right? And we're going back there. But before we even go back there, we got to start thinking in that fashion, man, in the ways of the East, man. You know? Yeah, so. You know, we're being far removed from Western culture, man. You know, that's why every day it's a daily thing to constantly detox from their way of thinking, their way of living, their way of being.
This is Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16.
Yep.
Thus said the Lord, stand ye in the ways,
Yep.
and see, and ask for the old paths.
As for the old paths, and paths goes into a manner of life, you see, and we got that reference from the scriptures. You know, we're able to read accounts of our forefathers, we're able to read the instructions and the wise proverbs of our forefathers and constantly give us instructions on how to live our day-to-day life, man. You read Sirach, Wisdom of Solomon, okay, Ecclesiastes, okay, those are instructions on day-to-day life as a Hebrew Israelite man, you know, and we're going back to that way, you know, and every day it's about increasing and learning in that way, man. Go ahead.
Where is the good way?
Yep.
And walk therein,
Yep.
and ye shall find rest for your souls.
Yep.
But they shall say, we will not walk therein.
And see, that's the chosen of our people, the chosen of our people that, Salaki, that's the 2/3 of our people that's going to move and operate by not going to walk in the way they're in. Because the modern woman doesn't want to get in order under one man. Pretty much it's impossible because she's been overstimulated through, you know, over-sexualized. Okay, the modern man doesn't want to get into the order of Yahweh Bashim al-Shah, and that means he can't commit adultery. That means he can't sell drugs. He can't be popular and on the scene like that, man. You know, smoking, eating pork. You see, no one wants to conform to the standards of our forefathers, but the elect, the hopeful elect, are conforming to them standards, man. You know, look at in Jeremiah 17:4. You know.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4.
Yep.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage
Yep.
that I gave thee,
Yep.
and I will cause thee to serve thine enemy enemies in thy land which thou knowest not.
Yeah, so it was prophesied that we would discontinue from our heritage, man. Okay? It was prophesied that even Jeremiah himself, so all of us as Israelites, we would discontinue from our heritage, man. And that happened during chattel slavery, man. You know? See, that's why Esau loves to put all these movies, because now our people think their reference points or their origin starts in some cotton field in Arkansas, man. You know? Nah, man, we had a culture, we had a society, we had a heritage way before we was brought over here in captivity, man. You know, we had an ancient culture, we had an ancient civilization, man. And it was based in righteousness and nobility, man. You know? Get that, Luke 4:28. You know, but now everything is coming full circle, man. You know, if we awaken to who we are and we're tapping back into how the Lord created us to be, man, that's in righteousness.
Luke chapter 4, verse 28.
Yep.
For as it was in your mind to go astray from the Most High,
Yep.
so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
Yeah, so we want to stray from Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, okay, which caused us to put in captivity, which caused us to be discontinued from our heritage. Now, it's time for us to seek him 10 times more, especially in this society where this is the biggest rebellion against Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah the earth has ever seen. You had that great rebellion under Nimrod, you know, building the tower, okay, but now you have another rebellion, a technological tower of Babel under Esau Edom. And this is even a greater rebellion. That's why the scripture referred to America as Marathon, okay, which means double rebellion, man. Okay? This is a double rebellion against righteousness, man. So as believers, we have to come back and seek the Lord 10 times more. We have to go hard body and labor into being righteous, man. You know, because we was all conditioned and brought up to being what? Anti-Messiah. You know? And it was all prophesied for eventually everything will come full circle, man, with Israelites, man. You know,
Baruch chapter 2, verse 30.
Yep.
I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people,
Yep.
but in the land of their captivity they shall remember
Yeah,
themselves.
so the Lord knew that he created us with a flaw, you know, to be stiff-necked, to be hard-headed, to be rebellious, which would cause us to go into captivity. Okay? But that wasn't the end of Israel. That wasn't the last and final destination of Israel, was just to be stuck in captivity and rebellion against Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah. Nah, man. The Lord had an agenda the whole time. Go ahead.
You shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear.
So now the Lord is putting the spirit of obedience on that remnant. Okay? Now there's a spirit of obedience that the Lord has put on the remnant of his people. And this is why you see men coming out teaching, men doing daily videos, okay? Families being put in order under the righteousness of the scriptures, because now the Lord has put an obedient spirit in the earth, man. You know, go ahead.
And shall know that and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity.
And that's what we're doing. We're constantly speaking of the goodness of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah. You know? Even brothers now just appreciating the earth more, man. Just appreciating the simple things, appreciating creation.
You want to say Christianity?
Yeah, no.
Jesus almost got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right though, brother. Now, if I may say, we taking stepping stones into faith.
Yep.
Because like a brother have a headache, right? And I give a testimony. I make herbal salves for pain, right? Through the spirit. Which herbal salves is just you taking the herbs from the earth and use it as healing.
Yep.
Alright? But I heard a couple of my clients was like, man, I need to use it for my headache.
Yep.
So yesterday I had a headache, but it really I didn't feel like it was gonna work.
Yep.
I was like, man, it's probably not gonna work. This is doubt just in my head. I'm just gonna try for the hell of it.
Yep.
Man, 20 minutes later, my headache was gone.
Yep.
20 minutes after trying it. But one of the herbs is a bark called willow bark.
Yep.
It's from the earth, man.
Yep.
So even coming back into the new creature, we're learning to trust Yahweh's creation.
Yep.
Because we were conditioned to trust Esau's pharmaceuticals.
Yep.
We're learning, people are learning to trust Yahweh's creation, and now they're relieving themselves of cancer.
Yep.
Because of Yahweh's creation.
Yep.
They're eating from the earth.
Yep.
All right, the roots, the herbs, the bark, something we kind of heavy into in this camp. All right, But in your social conditioning, you don't trust him. We were conditioned to trust him. So we're stepping outside of our social conditioning to trust Yahweh.
Let's remember ourselves. But that was the way of that was the old path.
Yep.
You know? That was the old path, us living off the earth, man. What's that in Ecclesiastes? Even the king is the herbs of the field.
Yeah.
You know? When I put king and herbs of the field. Yeah, finish that.
And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity.
Yeah, this is what we're doing. And we're confessing what our power has done, is doing, and what he's going to do, man. Okay? Go ahead.
And think upon my name.
Go ahead.
And return from their stiff neck.
Yeah, repentance. You see, that's what this thing is about. The Lord set up the prophets for the elect to repent, man. Okay?
Yeah.
That's why we're here with no gimmick. It's all about the elect repent, man. We're not here trying to be the deepest. We're not here trying to be mystical and, you know, float around America. Nah, man, we're here for the repentance and the restoration of Israel, man.
That's where the power lies.
Yeah. You see? The Lord deals with that. The Lord deals with repentance, man. And see, to a lot of our people, that's not enough, man. So what y'all gonna do after y'all get through teaching? You know? That's a nigga mind frame, man, because they want to see something practical. They want to see something militant. They want to see something economical, man. Nah, man. Obedience gonna bring all that, man. You know, there's already a military strategy in the Bible. There's already economical strategy in the Bible, man. It's all in prophecy, man. Go ahead.
And return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers,
Yep.
which sinned before the Lord.
So as we look at our fathers, you know, when we look in the Bible and we see the cycle of our forefathers falling from the Lord's favor by disobedience, and then we look at our direct, you know, mothers, fathers, you know, grandfathers and uncles, aunties, and we see, okay, according to the Bible, this is off. But that's what we repent from. We repent from the traditions of our fathers, man. You know? Go ahead.
And I will bring them again to the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it.
Yeah, they shall be lords of that land. Okay, so we're getting ready to be put back into our homeland, and we're going to be lords of it. And the lords of Jerusalem is the lords of the earth, man. King David, he ran the world from Jerusalem. That's why Yahushua is going to reestablish the throne of David in the earth, man. That's going to be the central government of the earth. That's how it was under King David. That's what that throne represents, man. Okay? The throne of David represents the rulership of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua in the earth, man. Okay? And Yahushua is coming to establish that eternally, man. Okay? You got this, bro.
Ecclesiastes 5:9. Moreover, the profit of the earth is for all. The king himself is served by the field.
Yeah, the earth is for the profit of all. That's why it was important, even the strangers in Israel, you know, they would go and live somewhere else. But when they would come back, they was able to get land because the land was for the profit of all. There was an inheritance, man. Okay, there's a lot you can do with 3 or 4 acres of land. You know, you can start an empire off 3 or 4 acres of land, man. You know, one family constantly expanding on those acres, man, being fruitful, you know, planting. You know, the scripture said Isaac, you know, he produced 100-fold, you know, one season, man. He had to come up. The Most High blessed his yield, and he increased 100-fold, man. Everybody's supposed to benefit off the land. But Esau plays the middleman to all the resources, man. Okay? And then he gives you the dollar, okay, as a middleman to how much resources you can get. The dollar was created to put a cap on how much you can do. Because if you were living off the land, no one can put a cap on how much you can yield back except Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. But Esau plays the Most High through the dollar and through grocery stores, man. You know? You got that, bro?
So Genesis 27:28.
Yep.
Therefore the Most High gives thee of the dew of heaven
Yep.
and the fatness of the earth.
See, that's why we finna bless with the whole earth. You see? We're gonna be blessed with the earth. Then we're gonna get all the benefits that come from the earth, man. Okay? We've been accustomed to just, you know, going to this man's grocery stores, you know, being limited. Okay? A budget. You going to the grocery store on the budget, man. But now we finna get the earth. Ain't gonna be a budget, man. You know? Go ahead. Put that in Yep.
And plenty of corn and wine.
Yep.
Let people serve thee.
And plenty of corn and wine, which is the resources. Okay? And the earth is going to give forth abundance, man. The earth is not yielding its strength under Esau either, man. Because he rules the earth contrary to the instructions of Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. Okay? So the earth is not running in its full strength. It's not producing and yielding how it's supposed to yield, man. We're finna see the earth be renewed through this nuclear destruction, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee.
Yep.
Be Lord over thy brethren.
Yep.
And let thy mother's sons bow down to thee.
That's a true inheritance. You know, because if someone, let's say, is a man that was extremely rich, you know, he had an estate, okay, and his son was the heir. Well, his son doesn't just inherit the cars and the mansions, okay? He inherits the people as well, okay? You seen that on Bridgerton, when Mr. Bridgerton, Lord Bridgerton died, immediately all the servants started calling him Lord, the oldest son. And then they started going to him for make the decisions. Immediately, soon as he died, he inherited those people, man. That's what we're finna inherit. Let people serve thee, because right now the people serving Esau even.
We're going to inherit titles in the kingdom.
Yep.
Every elect brother is going to be served a title.
Yep.
And the title is access to a share of Yahweh Shai's kingdom.
Yep.
And that access includes people like you were going into.
Yep.
And let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee.
Yeah, and thy mother's son, all right, speaking of Esau, okay, because Esau is going to inherit captivity, man. Just as we are finna inherit the earth, he's finna inherit captivity, man. You know, that's his end game, and eventually he's going to be done away with.
He's going to inherit the curses.
Yeah, he's going to inherit those curses, man. You know? You got that same thing?
St. John chapter 10, verse 10,
Yep.
the thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy.
Yeah, the thief coming not but to steal, kill, and destroy. You know? Because under Esau's rulership, this is the most oppressed that the earth has ever been. But see, he puts people in the delusion of liberty and freedom, and that they're transcending, you know, with what, man? The entertainment, the convenience of technology, okay? The abundance, okay, of low quality, you know? Like you always get into, America produces abundance of low quality, man. That's why you can always go get a 20-piece chicken nugget, man. Okay? All you can eat. Okay? You can go out on the night, on the weekend, and just deal with these women, but everything is low quality. The wine, the liquor, you know, everything is low quality here, man.
The women themselves are low quality.
Yeah, the women themselves, man. Just the society, the way people think is extremely low quality, man.
The air is low quality.
The air.
The other some I was going into, they some archaeologists pulled up, basically they had a way of testing the quality of the air from like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years ago. It's like the quality of the air was different. All right, because the elements in the earth, all right, they were manipulated to where it cleans out the air. Like the pyramids had gold at the top. I want to say they had amber at the top, and they had a way of cleansing out the atmosphere. So even the quality of the air has degraded. So a lot of us have fucking asthma, they have respiratory problems, because look, you have pollutants in the air. Some people are not dying from their diet. Some people are dying from air pollutants. You live in these bigger cities, all right, people are actually dying from noise pollution. All you know is you got cancer, but you don't know that your equilibrium is all fucked up because of unnatural noise. You have 100,000 cars compacted in the inner city, and everybody's blowing a fucking horn. All right, you got all type of things going on and concentrated in one city.
Loud pipes, you see?
Gas, what you say, bro?
Loud pipes.
Yeah, some loud ass mufflers with tailpipes. Like this is I'm telling you, man, we're gonna enjoy the simplicity of the kingdom. The women, okay, cool, whatever. You're gonna have women, you're gonna have riches, but the thing we're really gonna enjoy is peace. The spirit of Yahweh Shai is gonna permeate the earth. And what's the spirit? What is one of Yahweh Shai's titles? The Prince of Peace. The Prince of Peace.
That's right, bro. It's gonna be a softer vibration over the earth.
It's gonna be a softer vibration. Everything's gonna be peaceful, man.
Yeah.
Like with the add to, even the education system is low quality. Because just think back during like the 1900s, when our people was coming up, well, even before that, you know, our people was coming up with all types of inventions, different things to make their lives simpler, or make, you know, the lives of our community simpler. And now you just think about what our people are inventing. They're not even inventing anything. They're not thinking of anything to make their lives simpler anymore. They're doing all types of things to destroy themselves.
Our people, and that's a beautiful point you've made. There's no creativity. Our people have gone from inventors to entertainers. All the millions of our people want to be three things: like an athlete, a rapper, and what's the other one?
Dope boy.
A dope boy, a scammer. That's a scammer. So, like you said, nobody's creating anything, but they're imitating everything. Everybody dressed alike, acting alike, look alike. All right. So that's another sign of a degrading kingdom, man. You know? You got it, brother.
There's no authentic. Nothing's authentic. Everything, like I say, is a replica.
Yep.
You know, everybody playing the character. This was like, the Rome was big on plays and theater.
Yep.
Like, that was never a part of our culture. You know, like, you are who you are. Like, you can't tell them pretend to be somebody else. Like a movie, you know? Yeah. That shit go back to Rome, man.
But now it's on social media.
Yeah.
Now you're acting, you have an alter ego on your social media.
Yeah.
You know? Or a rapper, that's your alter ego.
Yeah.
You know?
I am come that they may have life, and that they may have it more abundantly.
And that's like the brother is saying. We just going to exist. There ain't going to be no such thing as checking the bank account. Okay? Ain't going to be no such thing as trying to see how much a brother is worth. Brothers just going to have more than enough for eternity, man. Okay? That's going to be the situation we're going to be in. That creates peace, man. Yeah. You know? Not knowing, because in this society, you know, hey, you have about 7 or 8 bills, you know, per month, man. So every week you paying at least $1.5 billion, man. Every week.
Yeah,
you know?
And that does something to the human psyche. Your spirit is just frustrated by the cares of life, you know, because you know, bills bring upon stress. And also not being able to get what you just simply desire is not a common thing, you know. That's not strange.
Well,
you know
I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just saying, because you know, I was in a stone store, repairing a necklace. Long story short, some Jake said came up in there. He's heard this older, she probably like Judah Benjamin Levi, you know, but this older Southern Kingdom woman. She kept looking at all the different nice strands of, stones, and she was like, well, that look good, but I can't afford that. Damn, that look good too, but I can't afford this. That ain't gonna be the talk of Israel in the kingdom. Because you look at this woman like, man, she should be able to get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, it's a small thing. But in the kingdom, our whole palace is going to be made out of things like that.
But you know what, speaking of the system itself to keep you in survival mode, one of the reasons why we're not creating is because we're too busy working.
Yeah.
Once you go a couple of weeks without working, maybe a couple of months, your mind starts to go into a natural state, which is to create. And once you're always in that hustle and bustle momentum, all right, you're kind of like in robot mode. I was reading the article. You're supposed to have 30 days off a year. You're supposed to have at least 15 personal days off, and then you're supposed to have your holiday off, your vacation days, and your sick days. Yeah. But ultimately, everything's supposed to equate to 30 days. And then a brother brought out an article. A man who doesn't take at least 7 days a year off, he has like a 30% increase of heart failure. Ooh. You got to take at least 7 days off. In Germany, the Walmart workers, they have 30 days off a month. Yeah. America is the most worked country on earth, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Most work, most out of shape.
Yep, because you got to, I'm sorry. You're fueling your body with the standard American diet just to go to work. And then most people at work, they all have problems going back to being on the job for like 10, 20 years. If you've been on these jobs for 10, 20 years, you're going to have back problems, shoulder problems, all type of big words that's really rooted back in being overworked, man. You know? Yeah, that's myself like that, man. So it's so many unnatural things that's going on in this country that we take as a norm. And when we get in the kingdom, it's like, damn, I didn't even know that it was going off in that area.
Yeah, that's the risk. You know, IUIC, you know, they talking about the rest is that you don't get no rest until you go back to the spiritual realm. You know, they trying to equate that. If I get that in Hebrews 4 and 11.
So when our forefather, Joshua, and the rest of the, the fathers, when they were fighting those different Hamites, and we was basically conquering those old inhabitants to get our land, you know, they wasn't us fighting for rest.
Yeah.
You know?
They don't understand, like, that's the beauty of the kingdom is you can rest. You know, you're at rest. You don't have to, like, when you go to war, that's because even that word retire, that's a war terminology. Okay? When you besiege a city and you conquer the city, then all the soldiers that conquer that city, they will retire. Okay? Because they don't fought and they done gained the city, so now they can retire. Okay? That's military terminology, man. That retirement. Guess what? We finna go to war one last time. This is the last war of eternity, man. And then we're gonna be able to forever retire, man, and enjoy the fruits of the spoil of the war, which is the earth. Okay?
This is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 11.
Started like 8. And then Jesus is gonna be speaking to Joshua.
It says Hebrews 4 and 8. It says for it says to Jesus, but like the brother says, Joshua. For if Joshua had given them rest, then he would not have afterward have spoken of another day.
Yeah, because Joshua, all right, was pretty much the general of the military of Israel, being aided by the chariots, conquering the heathens, going into the promised land. Okay, and that's where Israel, you know, settled in, that land of promise. But it wasn't, all right, eternal. It was temporal. You see? So there was another rest spoken of, man, and that's in the kingdom of heaven. That's going to be the true rest, man. You know? You get yours, we're going to read down.
Okay. Let me go ahead. I got about 3-4 verses.
Okay, go ahead.
There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of the Most High.
Yep.
For he that is entered into his rest, he also have ceased from his own works,
yep,
as the Most High did from his.
Yep, go ahead.
Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest.
So you are laboring now to enter into that rest, man, which is rulership. When you're in rulership, you're at rest, you're at ease. Okay? Go ahead.
Lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief.
It says at least a man followed the same example of unbelief. Because you had a lot of our people didn't make it with Joshua. Why? Because they didn't believe. And the Lord cut off a whole generation of Israelites, man. Okay? The Lord willing, we are of that generation that believe is going to make it into the promised land under Yahweh Shah, man. You know? Go ahead.
It says, for the word of the Most High.
That was it, yeah.
Oh, this is somebody get their scriptures. What is it? Apocrypha where it say rest is allowed.
Oh, he got it already.
Okay. This is Isaiah 14 verse 1. Yeah. You want him to get that first?
You get both of it.
Okay. It's Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1. Said, for the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, will have mercy on Jacob, yep, and will yet choose Israel.
Yeah, and this is what we're seeing now, the Lord choosing his people again. Will yet, that means after everything Israel went through, at the end of the day, the Lord is going to choose Israel, man, because he's going to make good on his promises, man. He made promises to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man, concerning world dominion. He made a promise to David saying that, look, there's not going to cease, all right, you having a son that's going to sit on your throne, man. And Yahweh Shai fulfills that eternally, man. You know? Go ahead.
And set them in their own land.
Yep.
And the stranger shall be joined with them.
Yep.
And they should cleave to the house of Jacob.
Yeah, no strangers, Israelite foreigners, man. Okay, being joined to that house, man, to that promise. Okay, go ahead.
Let me get this out to prove what you said about this the mercy right here. Go ahead, bro.
This is 2 Corinthians 4:1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not.
Yep.
Right. So by us having this ministry, this proves that this the mercy, man. This showing the mercy of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. This why we ain't fainting, man. This why we ain't tapping out mentally now, man. We got this ministry now, man. So we faint not. It's another scripture in Proverbs somewhere say truth and mercy are met together, man. So truth and mercy, that's part of the mercy you receiving this truth, man. If somebody can look that up, man, it's where truth and mercy is met together. Go ahead.
But have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty.
See, because that's what happened, man. This ministry, the true ministry, you started to renounce the things of dishonesty, man. America was built on dishonesty. They raised us on dishonesty, man. You know, in school, they taught us about facts and opinions. Now today it's about everybody truth, man. So everybody truth is their opinion, man. It's only one truth.
That's right, brother.
Go ahead, bro.
Not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua deceitfully.
Which our pastors have done, man. They learned that from the overseers, they slave masters, man. You know, man, the so-called white man, man. He counterintelligence our book, man, and got our pastors manipulated, you know, doing this, man, handling the word deceitfully, man. Cause these pastors, like a lot of these pastors, when they first start out, they know about going into the Hebrew and the Greek. They know about words, man. You know, then once that money started flowing in, like the scriptures say, presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise and stop up their mouth when they can't reprove. So they start getting their hush money. Now, eventually they forget all about it. You know what I'm saying? Eventually the Lord take the truth from them, but from the beginning, a lot of them be sincere. They be knowing stuff. And then just like with TDJ, what he came out and said, he from the Igbos. And then all his blood lineage go back to the Igbos. Then all of a sudden, he had to correct all that. You know, he had to go back and correct it. Because he didn't want to lose that money.
That's really what, because they keep you from talking about an inheritance, man. Okay, they keep you slave minded. Yep. And like you said, this is a token that the Lord's gonna make good on this promise, man. You know, like us having this truth, having this ministry, because Yahushua say, what is revealed unto us? The mysteries of the kingdom, or the mysteries of rulership. What you think keeps us hyped, man, is that we know that there's a righteous rulership to come, and we the inheritors of that rulership, man, and it's gonna be eternal. You see, when you start thinking in the ruling class mentality, man, you don't want nobody else to rule over you, man. Okay? So Esau compressing and making that plantation doctrine with Christianity, you know, that plays into his perpetual rulership, man. You know? Yeah.
But by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
This is what we commanded to do, man. By manifestation of the truth, we commend ourselves of the free that we have.
Verse 2, I have pronounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua deceitfully.
Because the scriptures plainly teach about the house of Judah and the house of Israel, man, 144,000 in the new, what they call the New Testament, man. These questions have to be answered, man. Paul talk about all Israel being saved, man. Why don't nobody want to talk about this? Go ahead, bro.
But by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience.
Commending ourselves to every man's conscience, and by manifestation of the truth. Go ahead. And this gotta be your mentality, bro. Commending yourselves to every man's conscience. Go ahead.
Yeah, if I could land back too, bro. And dealing with all Israel being saved, addressing that, even dealing with other Israelite groups outside of Great Millstone, they don't understand that although our people gonna come back in the kingdom, as of right now, the Lord is only dealing with the elect. You know, so yeah, you know, ultimately, eventually, the Lord is gonna bring a lot of people into this thing. But as of right now, it says how the majority are blinded. You know, the Lord He's only looking for the elect right now. You know,
like the elder said, man, only the election have attained it, but the rest is blinded. Go ahead, bro. Let's read one more, man. I got something.
In the sight of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
See, so if this gospel is hid, it is hid to them that are lost. Go ahead.
In whom the power of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not.
Who is the power? Who is the God of this world? Who made the law, statutes, and commandments to this world? Then he pushed it across the four corners of the earth with his so-called democracy. So this is if our gospel be hid, it is hid to those that are lost. Because the power of the God of this world have blinded the eyes of those who are lost. That's it.
Lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them.
Come.
In 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 53, the root of evil is still.
What they say,
Verse 52, for unto you is paradise open in the truth.
It's 50 where great music should be done.
50,
yeah, start at verse 50, bro.
Verse 50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the earth, in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Right, man. You know, but these people walking in great pride, man. You know, you walking in pride if you don't want to humble yourself to the real truth of your house, I shouldn't have a shot. Because a lot of our people gonna go to church today. You know what I'm saying? I be mainly get on our women about it. I'll be like, you start to read a couple scriptures, like, just leave your Bible at home and go be entertained, because y'all ain't going by the Bible in the churches. You know, it clearly be giving certain instructions, you know, but you're going to go to church, you're going to have your Bible, just leave it at home, because you ain't abiding by it, you ain't being taught the Bible.
And then, like I say, as the ruler, so is the people. Esau was proud against the Most High. That's his trait. He was designed to be there. Now people have taken on the spirit of goddamn Edomite, man. Being proud against the Maker, being proud against the Creator, man. You know, that's why the Lord is going to bring misery for a great humbling, man. You know?
That's why how I said, you are of your father the devil.
Yep.
He was talking to the leaders at the time, during that time period, but now it's like 2/3 of our people had that same spirit that Esau Edom. You know, that going back to what I said, it's gonna be a softer vibration in the earth, in the kingdom, because we're gonna be under the spirit and vibration of Yahweh Shah. But now they under the vibration of Esau Edom.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
Verse 51. But understand thou for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee.
Yo, like-minded. That's why we're here for the like-minded, man. And we just gonna keep the message consistent. And if either the message ain't for you now or it ain't for you, period. But we just gonna keep consistent, and we're gonna keep dealing with what we know what is. We can only deal with what's going on today. You know, the men that we see up here, the men that's around here right now, you brothers and sisters that constantly listen, we can only deal with that on a day-by-day basis, man. And if the Lord decides to bring somebody in on a later date, guess what? We still gonna be here saying the same message, man. All right, but like the elder said, man, the Lord is here for the elect. That's who he's going to be. That's who he's going to start that Israelite dynasty with, the elect of Israel, man. You know?
Right, because we left, if all our people got together right now, we wouldn't have got our own land, our own country. But if everybody got different mindset, it ain't gonna work. It's gonna be division, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna start internal fight, and it's gonna be over with quick. This is why it's so important for the Lord saying everybody be of one mind. You know,
Kingdom divided can't stand.
right? Come.
That's why 2/3 of our people gonna die. The 1/3 are being baptized and renewed right now, and we're being groomed into that submission of Yahweh Bashar Shai. But the 2/3 of our people are ultimately too westernized.
Bro.
They're victims of the diaspora. They've never been decolonized, and even if they've been decolonized, they went right back to Kemet. So you have a big number of our people. They doing away with Edomite way of thinking, but now they're going back to Ham's way.
Right.
They heavy into their left hand. So like the brother said, if the elder said, if we all get on our land right now, it's gonna be some crazy stuff, man. But ultimately, all Israel shall be saved, because they're going to regenerate in the kingdom. They're going to recycle into the kingdom, and they're going to be born under the law, statutes, and commandments. You know?
Ultimately, they just not needed to establish the kingdom.
Right. Because look, when you establish a kingdom, you don't get the whole nation into that new territory. You get key men. Like the king of Babylon, he got key men out of Judah. He got all the elites. He got the wise men, starting with Daniel in his realm, all right, but he also got builders, all right? Even King Solomon. Who did he have? Like the king of Hiram? Hiram? Yeah, King. So he got top men who could build. So Yahweh Shai is getting top men who can build, who are going to be pillars in the kingdom to come.
We need one scripture about the shop. So, before we drop point. All right, this is a scripture in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 22 down to 23. For as in Adam all die, even so in Yahweh Shai shall all be made alive. But every man in his own order.
Woo! Every man in his own order. You know, and the order begins with Yahweh Shai, King David, the rest of the 12, okay, the rest of the 144,000, the 1/3 elect men, women, and children. And then the 2/3 order come after that, man. But that's going to be the order that's going to establish first. All right, that dynasty that's to come. Okay? Yeah, bro.
Right, so we all got to master our craft.
Yep.
Whatever gift the Most High gave us, so most we got to master them crafts right now. This is what your afflictions and your trials and tribulations that's specifically designed for you. It's for you to master your craft. It's designed specifically for you to master the craft, the gifts He gave.
But every man in his own order, Yahweh Shai the first fruits. Afterward, they that are Yahweh Shai's at his coming.
Right, man. And I'm gonna say this: the affliction turning up. The affliction it's gonna keep turning up, man. You know, the Lord, He ain't saying good hardness as a good soldier for nothing, man. It's coming, man. You know what I'm saying? The heat is being turned up as we speak. Cause Esau gonna turn. When Esau come, we got to be ready for that. We got to spiritually be ready for when they come. Cause it said they gonna come in like madmen and sparing none. So that's what it say, casting them out of their houses, taking their goods. You know what I'm saying? So just think about that, man.
Greatness come through suffering, man.
Right.
You finna suffer. You really, man, it's to the point now you gotta wake up ready for this shit, man. Like, shit, fuck it. We gonna suffer, but we got Yahweh Shai. That's what make this shit exciting. Really, without affliction, this shit boring, man. Without suffering, you know? And that's what America has produced. Men who just live comfortable their whole life. Their whole life just comfort. That's why there's a lot of men that's gonna fold at the first tad bit of adversity, man. But nah, man, suffering push you to your limit. Like, suffering push you in a position to where, damn, I didn't know I could do this. Damn, I didn't know I can overcome this. But we're gonna overcome it with Yahweh Shai, man. So now we look at the suffering. Hey, we laughing at suffering, man. We gotta get to a point we gotta smile at this shit, man. Wake up every day, shit. Let's go.
Hard times make great men.
Yeah.
Great men make good times.
Yeah.
Good times create weak men.
Yeah.
So like you said, you never had suffering that makes you weak.
It's just something small, like they say, they was on Dwight Howard for trying to push his son to finish like a no workout. He couldn't even push his son to do a workout. They want to be so damn soft.
It's a matriarch. Your mother is meant to nurture you, okay? She's not meant to mold you, okay, into a legend. A father is for that, man. When you go through all the conquerors and all the great men, they all went through a suffering that changed their whole perspective, man. Like Julius Caesar, he came up rich. He was part of a noble family, but when a certain Caesar came in, they stripped him from all his money, his wealth, and his titles, and he pretty much was like a peasant, you know? He was kidnapped by pirates, all type of shit, but he fought out that shit, man. And when he came back to Rome, that's why he gave their ass hell, man. It's suffering, man. You read about Napoleon, King David. He was on the run from Saul for over a decade, man. That wasn't no 2-week thing. He was in the wilderness, in the trenches for a decade, man. You see, that suffering made King David, man. So as men, we gotta go through that suffering. We can't shy away from it, because America teaches you to always try to find you a piece of comfort somewhere in every situation. Like, nah, fuck it. Yeah, you gotta just stand. You gotta stand in that shit, man. You goddamn men, and then we Yasha Allah, man. You know,
this is Romans chapter 5, verse 3.
Yep.
Through verse 5 in the NLT.
Yep.
It said we can rejoice too when we run into problems and trials.
Woo.
But we know that they help us develop endurance.
Yeah, because when something happens, it's to the point now. Well, here we go. Let's get it. You gotta be to the point when shit happens. Let's get it. And then the Most High teaches us not to panic in this shit. Okay, think. Okay, start making moves, man, and then let the Lord. Because the favor, that's what get us over the top. You know, making moves, we can chip away at certain situations. But then when that favor kick in, it just push us on over the top, man. You know.
I'm sorry. All of our greatness is behind them comfort zones.
Yep.
The way that Yahweh Bashar Shah created it, it's a barrier, and that barrier is called fear.
Yep.
Once you walk through that fear, then there's greatness on the other end.
Yep.
There's so many chambers in our minds, so many that we haven't unlocked yet. But the barrier is fear, and the fear is so fucking real. It gets tense around your heart.
Yep.
You know, your adrenaline go up. But Yahweh Shah show you conquer that shit, so we can conquer the world, man.
Fear being uncomfortable, man.
Yep.
That's why a lot of people gonna take the seat. And when Esau come with that narrative, you ain't gonna be able to do this, you ain't gonna be able to do that. Just that thought, because while he talking, while they making these announcements on the news, hey, people anxiety gonna be rising, man. Like shit, you know, and they gonna tap out, you know.
Verse forward. And endurance develop strength of character.
Woo, strength of character. That's what you get. That's what you learn. You become the greatest version of yourself in the worst times, man. That's when you become the greatest version of yourself in the worst times in your situation, man. You know, go ahead.
But we know that they help us to and verse 4 again, and endurance develops strength of character. And character strengthens our confident hope of salvation.
It strengthens our confidence. Because it's that constant experience over and over and over and over again, man. Even with King David, going back to King David, he had enough experience, but he had experience in faith before he came to Goliath, man. Wrestling the bears and lions. He had already experienced power, you know? And then even when he came against Goliath, he didn't come, you know, without a plan. That's why you think about it. He had Saul's arm and shit on. He was like, nah. Because see, one thing about it, you go to these conquerors and these great generals, what set them apart from everybody else is they always had a genius moment. You know, within the war. Like they had a moment of genius that separated them from everybody else. Like, damn, how he think of that? But even with King David, he took off all Saul's shit because he had the sword, the barrel. Yeah, it was too heavy, and he would have had to get up on Goliath. And see, with the slingshot, he was able to fight Goliath at a distance. And then he had 5 of them, so he had a strategy. King David had faith, but then he made a genius decision. Okay, I'm gonna fight this nigga from a distance. So he got them rocks and that sling stone and aimed at that nigga head, man. Then he had 5 stones just in case he missed. He was just gonna be standing around that nigga throwing artillery at his ass, man.
And
you know?
fire represents power.
Yeah.
That's the transition of power right there.
You got
Display of power.
Verse 5 on KJV, in hope make it not ashamed.
Yep.
Because the love of the Most High is shed abroad in our hearts
Yep.
by the Holy Spirit which is given unto us.
Yep, and that's another thing, like, we're not ashamed, man. We're gonna be looked at as crazy, bum, outcast, because it's gonna even get worse. Like, the decisions we finna have to make, hey, the people around us gonna be going crazy about our decision making, man. Like, what you doing? You know, it's gonna seem crazy unto them, the decision we finna have to make, man, for the sake of the ministry, man. You know?
We already get a taste of it now about how they look at us now.
Yep.
And what we doing, they look at us as crazy and don't see the benefit of what we doing. And like you said, even with the example with King David, because the thing about the other soldiers that seen David suiting up, and then they see him throw that armor off and get the slingshot with the rocks. They probably, they were looking at him crazy, like, he's gonna get his ass killed. Yeah.
They probably making fun playing college, yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Even his brothers was like, what you doing, David? They saw David coming there on the battlefield because his brothers were soldiers.
Yeah.
They were asking what he doing, what you doing out here? You should be at home tending to the sheep.
He was the baby boy.
Right.
He said, his brother said, you know the pride of your heart, guys.
Right. But he had David had that confidence. He had that faith.
Hey, what's it? Little nigga, put him lying harder.
That's gonna be the same mentality, like you said, during the time with Jacob trouble, when Esau come down, we're gonna be making decisions that can't nobody else even fathom. And we're gonna be doing stuff that can't no other man do because we had that faith and that confidence with a strategy. You know, and it's all gonna come to you how it shine.
Second Timothy chapter 2 and verse 1 in the NLT. Timothy, my dear son, be strong through the grace that Yahweh Shai gives you in Yahweh Mashiach.
And that grace, going back to what you were saying, that's a token that the Lord dealing. The fact that we even got grace, right? That's a down payment for the earnest hope. You know, we got.
But this one, we got to be like the brother said, we got to be strong in that grace.
You have heard me teach things that have been confirmed by many reliable witnesses.
Right, man. So our elders and their elders have taught things, and look, what they told us, what they tell us, put it to the text. Do your own research. You know what I'm saying? See, this is what you have to do, man. When you abide in this word and see, you done lived in the world and see the outcome of what happened when you trying to do it on your own. But then when you strong in the grace of Yahweh Shai, just do what the word say do. You see, it's a whole better outcome. You got a whole better peace of mind and everything. You can say something else. Go ahead, bro. But the times is coming, man. Get ready to endure hardness for real. If it ain't hitting you yet, get ready, cause it's coming.
And we should groom ourselves, if I may say, And man, practice your own suffering rituals. Don't purposely put yourself with, through hell, but practice your own level of temperance.
Right.
You should have times where you're not giving yourself the flesh, feeding your flesh. Brothers, some brothers take cold showers, brothers might eat one meal a day. Just practice little things, man. Test yourself, man.
Right. Sometimes cut that AC off in the car and let that sun hit you, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Spend some time away from the goddamn phone.
Right.
Just something as simple as that does wonders for your spirit. Time, or just some me time. Like you have a little moment of solace when you're away from everything. Like say in Proverbs, a man that gets into wisdom, he separates himself from the world. So you got time to think,
Yeah, and cut off your sweet like sweets. Go a week without eating sweets. Go a week without drinking your liquor if you like your liquor, man. Practice that shit. So when we're forced to do it, it's not a big issue.
bro.
Like during the pandemic, everybody's going crazy over meats. But whatever, you might have been plant-based for a while, so it don't bother you like that, man. You gotta know how to go without those things, man.
Because they say anything that you're doing and you can't stop doing it, it's an addiction. You gotta be careful. If it's an addiction, because don't nothing supposed to be stronger than our minds. Anything you want to do, you're supposed to be able to drop it right there, right there, right. Let it go. But we're doing it through, and this is what the word teaches us. The word teaches us how to do that. Because you have a shot already covered everything. And going back to the point you just made, what do you have a shot? How did you have, right there, you have a shot fast for 40 days and 40 nights. To build up that spirit, you know what I'm saying? To build up that spirit was on a whole other level. He came out controlling the elements and everything, man. He had to go through the process to get to that, It just went, even though he was born with the Holy Spirit, John was born with the Holy Spirit. But John wasn't able to do everything Yahushua did, Yahushua went and fasted for 40 days. And he told the disciples to get this one because they couldn't cast out them demons. He was like, in order to get this straight, it's to come through fasting and prayer.
John the Baptist said, there's one that coming after me.
Right.
Naturally, I can't feel.
Go ahead, bro.
Now teach these truths to other trustworthy people who will be able to pass them on to others.
And this is what we doing, man. Teaching the trustworthy men. It starts with the men who will be able to pass them on up. Then you got the women who listening there. They teach the younger women. They teach the younger women the order of how they supposed to be. Because the woman job's simple. All you got to do is just listen to the man. That's it. Stop making your job so hard. Stop trying to, I can be a man, you equal. Then that's when you be all stressed out and don't know what to do. You make your job harder, your job easy. Go ahead, bro.
Endure suffering along with me as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. Soldiers don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life.
See, soldiers, this is another thing we got to remember, man. We as a soldier, man, Yahushua, we soldiers. This is an army being built. Okay? We learn, this is just like you see them, like them ancient movies, them kung fu movies. Before they become a master, a fighter, they be taking them through all type of training, mental trainings. You know what I'm saying? Teaching them little stuff, then coming back, asking them. Cause you got to be ready mentally first, man. Like I used to say on G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle. Really, knowing is all the battle, man. Because your knowledge and wisdom is going to be the stability of the times and the strength of your salvation.
Yeah, because we're going to have to execute what we know. Just like Priest Ayashi brought out, through the Spirit, when they won Moorish, like whatever that Jake was into, this is some bugged out madness. But, the brother had mentioned to him how the plan of action is in the Bible. Right. So during the time of Jacob's trouble, that's our plan of action. What the Heavenly Father said to do. Going by what the scriptures say, allowing the Holy Spirit to guide us. And then, as brother's been saying, through the Holy Spirit, favor's gonna kick in too. But now you got it, bro.
But then they cannot please the officer who enlisted them.
See, then they cannot please the officer who enlisted them. So we can't be entangled in the affairs of this life. We use this word, but don't abuse it. Going back into that 1 Corinthians 7, man. Matter of fact, get that in the NLT real quick. That 1 Corinthians 7. What is it? Our verse was?
Which one?
20, where it say, using the word, what is it?
731.
731. Get that in the NLT real quick. Because see, America is the big distraction, man, on the whole earth, and mainly the people in America, man. This is a distraction because the people outside America waiting on the fall. They waiting to get some get back. It was the golden cup for them looking on the outside. But when a lot of their people came over here and they seen it was full of filthiness and abominations, they like, man, now that's still grace saving. We still gotta get them.
They still, they always burning American flags, anti-American rallies and marches. Like that's what they do overseas, man. You know, especially in the Middle Eastern countries, they always burning American flags, and you know.
And they're not crazy people. They know the reality of the Great Horde and what she's done to the earth, man. But America paints them as the bad guy. No, they just know what the Great Horde has done. You forgot. You forgot what this horde has done to you, man.
That's right, bro.
You know?
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 31. Those who use this,
It's in the NLT.
those who use the things of the world should not become attached to them.
Right, so we using the things in the world. We got a job. Brothers got businesses. Brothers got cars, houses. But you got women. You know what I'm saying? We got a family, man. But we can't become attached to them. We love our family. We love them. We want them to make it, man. You know. But it's all on us if they gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta walk that line for them to make it, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's accounts in the scriptures where one man believing it says his whole house was saved, man. In the book of Acts, that happened a lot. But then, vice versa, it can be some of your family not gonna make it. You know,
It's gonna happen according to what's written.
right? Huh?
You know.
For this world, as we know it, will soon pass.
Right,
Pass
man.
away.
So you can't be attached to your job like that. You know, you gotta have the faith. That's like when the like the brother said, when they came with that pandemic, and a lot of people's jobs on the line, they folded, man. It shows you a lot of where a lot of our people's faith was, man. You know, they folded quick. Go ahead. That's it.
Then that was peer pressure on a high level. You know, because everybody else around it, they were like, oh, you know how that vibration was. If you ain't have it, people looked at you a certain way and they didn't want to be around you. So that peer pressure came, it kicked in too, as well as your job and stuff being on the line. So that people, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish what you want to say.
I was just gonna say people had to deal with the mentality of the people around them too.
Yep. Because because you didn't get that. You know what? People looking at you like, man, you had some freaking real blue plague type shit, man. Some black plague type stuff, man. Like you were really like a leper, man. And you were the problem on earth at that time, man.
Yeah. Some of you was gonna be the same way when that Corona implemented.
And a lot of people have died taking that jab. People who are already elderly, people who already had underlying ailments like diabetes and high blood pressure, and they were already overweight. I know a lot of people that died between 2020 and now. People that's 40 and up, a lot of them have died from 2021. It's like 2021, 2022. Not from the actual pandemic, but that you know what?
Man, I seen that firsthand, like being a part. Cause I was working in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
So I worked in departments. Everybody, they ain't getting it. Then I turn around, they showing their cards to each other. I'm the only person in the department who ain't got it.
Yeah, man.
And then after a while, they started trying to make it to where you had to have it. But as something had happened, I ended up getting up out of there. Not under my own strength, but I ended up out of there anyway before they made a method to it.
That was spirit.
But at the end of the day, man, you hear the scripture earlier, somebody?
No, I just shut the spot with him. You got it.
No, at the end of the day, man, we're gonna have to make a fucking choice. We gonna trust in the oils of Egypt, or we gonna trust in Yahweh Shema Shai? So Yahweh Shema Shai is already spiritually putting us in that wilderness, man. Right. That King David wilderness, that pre-kingdom wilderness. Yeah. The time of Jacob's trouble, man, this is gonna be that pre-kingdom wilderness. But right now we're being groomed. That's why you're always put on the edge on this side. Things are always happening until you're forced to trust him, man. Because at the end of it all, we're gonna have to be battle trained to trust Yahweh in that time, man. All right? So like that was like a little trial run simulation, that 2020 thing. How are you gonna react to that? Because we didn't see that coming. We didn't see that shit coming. But there was a jab. This is gonna be the actual knockout, man.
In 2020, that's synonymous with clear vision.
Clear vision, man.
You know, like the Lord, like He giving everybody insight to what He really about to do.
Yep, that's right.
That Corona, you know.
Right, man. So we're gonna be trained to trust Him, and we're gonna have to have unwavering faith. All right, it's all like, yeah, brothers get into health. In Babylon, it's very important to be in the spirit of health, man. All right, but the strongest thing has to be your mind. Like Elder Yashima was saying. The strongest thing has to be your mind. And not just mental fortitude, but that faith to where no matter the circumstance, you know Yahweh's going to deliver you, man. You still make your moves and strategize, but you have to know Yahweh's gonna save you. We know for my confidence comes from when I know I'm right. You know, I'm an Israelite man. You know, a so-called black man, you can't tell him shit when he know he right.
That's that breastplate.
Yeah,
That's what protects you from stuff you can't see, that breastplate.
That's right.
Right, that's that breastplate of righteousness. You got it, bro.
I know
That
100.
means,
I'm still on another corner. I know 100,000% sure that we're not taking that jab. So I don't know what's gonna happen for not taking it. All I know is I'm not taking it. I don't know what the consequences is, but I ain't taking that shit. So I know I got all the confidence in the world, and these brothers do too, to death.
Yeah, because when we read in Revelation 20 and 4, we can read about the consequences for not taking the Torah.
Yeah.
What it may boil down to for some of us.
But yeah, beheaded.
Yep.
Being beheaded. But we also know it's the wrong thing to do.
It's the, yeah.
So it's the wrong thing for taking this. So I know I'm not taking it.
And I just brought that up, you know, just like preparing our minds. Like we have that, we have awareness and preparedness.
Because before you go to battle, some brothers have been in the military. They get that prep speech before they go to battle. Some of y'all not gonna make it back. Yahweh Shah told us that over 2,000 years ago. Some of y'all gonna die. And that's the most honorable thing to do, is to die for Yahweh Shah, man. So he gave us that battle talk, that prep talk over 2,000 years ago to John the Revelator. Y'all gonna get beheaded because Yahweh Shah knew he was gonna die. But go back to the spirit world, because you never fucking die. You're gonna leave this body, all right? So that's the point, man. All right, we don't know exactly what's gonna happen. All we know, we're not taking the chip. I'm sorry. All we know is we're not taking the Karagma. Whatever happened after that, like they say in the streets, fuck how it turned out. We're just not taking it. That's all we know, man. And that's the confidence Yahweh Ba'Shem Shah want us to have.
Yeah, and then, now you go ahead and make the point.
I'll just say that's a real ride or die.
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Same thing with the jab. Some of us was doing like gig stuff, so it really didn't, you know. But some of us had them 9 to 5s. It's like, well, whatever the supervisor want to do, he gonna do what he do. I'm just not taking that jab.
And that's what's gonna be that's what's gonna open up the opportunity for the Lord to showcase His power when we are put in a position to where you know, we have the options to take it or not take it. If brothers don't take it, then you get to see how Ba'Shem Shah work His power.
Did you see Stephen? Stephen saw Yahweh Shah and Yahweh stand up when he was about to get stoned. He saw Yahweh. It's gonna be some legends above legends in the kingdom. It's gonna be some big faces. Some brothers that I'm looking at right now, some of y'all gonna be big legends because of the L's you took for Yahweh Shah.
Yeah.
The greatest thing you could do ultimately is take one for Yahweh Shah.
For Yahweh Shah to stand up, that means that you know, he was impressed.
So, but guess what? There's gonna be some steppers in the times to come.
Wow, man.
Hey man, fuck death. It's all about honor. It's all about honor. I don't want to die, but if my ultimate lot is to go, I want to go with honor. The death is I want to kiss the sun. I want to impress Yahweh. I do, man.
You know this for the most powerful entity in the universe.
Yeah, man. I want to impress Yahweh Shah. I want to show them, look, you did this for us. I do this for you. I'm willing to give us that spirit, man. But we're really not in a time of death. Some of us might go out that way according to the scriptures, but we're really in a time of salvation.
We got the victory. Yahweh Shah said what he said. We got the victory over death now, man. So, you know, the power. What he said, the power of the sting of death is swallowed up.
Yeah,
right. You got to understand that. You got to really believe that, man.
So this is not a time for all the elect to die for not taking it.
That's right.
This is a time for deliverance, spiritual power.
Yeah, I didn't have to get that power, man.
Set the standard.
Yep.
I'm gonna put up a standard.
Yep.
This is a time where it's like, what the fuck is that brother flying? We're in that time.
For real. Yeah.
We're in that time of your family starving and your baby crying. You go to sleep. Y'all wake up, there's food on the floor. You don't know how the fucking got there. Woo! You don't know how the fucking got there. All right, every homeless dude walking around here is not a homeless dude walking around here, man. The Most High already have angels implanted here. It's already people in your circle, in your reality, who are already set up to guide you. And that's why we have the book of Tobit.
Yeah, brother.
You know? So we're not in a time of mass death of the elect. We're in a time of the Most High showing His powers. Expect miracles, man. You know? We're not being groomed to die. Some of us will. But we're being groomed to get saved. We're being groomed to wait on Yahweh. We're being groomed to wait on Yahweh, man. You got somebody else, somebody?
Oh, I'm gonna finish this.
Let's go.
2 Timothy 2 and 5. KJV. And if a man also strive for mastery, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
Right, man. So we gotta strive lawfully, man, for the mastery. You know, even like he said, endure hardness as a soldier. But as you endure them hardness as a good soldier, you got to keep it lawful. You know what I'm saying? You got to strive for the mastery lawfully.
The husbandman that laboreth must be first partaker of the fruit.
So the husbandman that laboreth must first be partakers of the fruit, because you got a husbandman like a farmer. He got to. What's the first thing he got to do? He got to find somewhere. He got to find some good ground first. Then he got to plant the crop. Then he got to water it. Then he got to pray and hope it grow, man. He got to go through the whole process of it all, you know. And it's the same thing we doing, man. You know, it's a process, man, that we have to go through. We found it. We learned. We found out this was the truth, you know. And then we was built up to where we started to abide in the truth, you know. We learned the kingdom was for us. We the Israelites. We the chosen. But then the bitter part started to hit in when you started to digest everything. You know, cause it's like, when I don't know if brothers can attest to this, but it's like when you first came in, it's like stuff was happening that you was hearing brothers say. You probably thought the end was gonna come within 2 or 3 years.
Or 6 months.
Right, but then as you had the endurance, been 5 and 6, 10, all these years that passed by. But that's part of you. That's part of you being partakers of the fruits, man. The long suffering, you know, you got to go through it all. You know, it's like, go ahead.
It was doing like that for me. The solar eclipses, the wars and rumors of wars. I'm like, damn, it's right around the corner. Here we are, like 5 years later, it's still going. But
you know what? It's a crusade. Them crusades last years. A crusade, the soldiers go from country to country. You know, the crusades last years, man. We didn't know that at the time. But Yahushua got us in the spirit of a crusade.
This word is what's going country to country, gathering the elect. Well, like you said, it's a crusade. This word is gathering the elect on the four corners of the earth.
Right.
You got it, right?
Consider what I say, and Yahushua give the understanding in all things.
So when you strive lawfully, the Most High Yahushua gonna give us understanding in all things. Go ahead.
Remember that Yahushua Mashiach of the seed of David was raised from the dead according to my gospel, wherein I suffer trouble.
And read that in the NLT, not read verse 9 and 10 in the NLT. Stop at verse
2 Timothy 2 and 9 in the NLT. And because I preach this good news, I am suffering and have been chained like a criminal.
Right, and that's us, man, because once when we preach this good news, you know, it's like your whole life changes, man. You look that different, you know, go ahead, bro. But Paul was actually, like the persecution they went through at that time, which this was brothers back then, which we don't know who each brother was. But like the elder said, now we're in the time of the deliverance, man. So most of them suffered, which the time of Jacob's trouble coming. But when that time comes, the Lord gonna give us that power, man. You see, He ain't gonna give us that full power until we do, like how I said. If this was His people, this service was gonna fight, so it wasn't time for the fight back then. You know, it's time for brothers to go through their suffering and go through what they went through. You know, Paul got beheaded, man. Go ahead, bro.
But the word of Yahushua, but the word of Yahushua cannot be changed.
Right, but we bound into this word. We bound into this covenant. Go ahead.
I am willing to endure anything,
and this is our mindset. We are willing to endure anything
if it will bring salvation and eternal glory in Yahushua Mashiach to those Yahweh has chosen.
To go to the elect. And so we gonna endure all things, but it read in the KJV and the NLT. But this gotta be our mindset, because like the 144,000 men, we really have to endure all things for that 1/3 that's gonna be saved. But that's the part of us if we don't men, that's the part of us being in that superior class in the end. You know, us receiving a greater reward. So we enduring all things for the elect. Say even the 1/3 that's gonna be saved, we ain't doing what we doing now. It's part of us, and you got to have that mindset, because they can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, only 144,000 can learn this song. Don't abide by the whole full song. You got it, right?
2 Timothy 2 and 9 in the KJV. 2 and 10 in the KJV. Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake.
Right, man. So it start with the brothers back here too, man. So certain stuff you enduring for certain brothers that they probably ain't strong enough to endure, man. And that 1/3, go ahead.
That they may also obtain the salvation which is in Yahushua Mashiach, the eternal glory.
Read in there. Keep on through the next verse. Go ahead. Read 10 in the NLT.
2 Timothy 2:10 in the NLT. So I am willing to endure anything if it will bring salvation and eternal glory in Yahushua Mashiach to those Yahweh has chosen.
And this is that spirit Yahweh gave us. This is the spirit you got to be in. Man. You got to be willing to endure anything for the kingdom to be established. Man. Go ahead. Huh? Yeah, go ahead. 11 is good.
This is 2 Timothy 2:11 in the NLT. This is a trustworthy saying: if we die with him, we will also live with him.
Right, man. See what does the scripture say? Our life is hid and it is dead in Yahushua, man. Go ahead.
If we endure hardship, we will reign with him.
Right.
If we deny him, he will deny us.
Right. In verse 12.
Yeah.
Man. Read verse 12 in the KJV.
2 Timothy 2:12 in the KJV. If we suffer, we can also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us.
Right, man. So if we suffer with him, we can reign with him, man. You know, but if we deny him, then he gonna deny us. And this speaking on your actions, man. You know, because a lot of people can think, well, I ain't denying him thinking it's verbal. Your actions speak louder than your words, man. So it's all about your actions right there. Get out of here.
All right. So, hey, with that, we hope you brothers and sisters edified. Once again, we want to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Kakodash.
the understrike other apostles and other bishops of great millstone who well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Baba.
Baba.
Shalom.
Shalom.